Hey guys, welcome back. This is Neon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles, and guess what?
Yay.
What are we looking at, Geeky?
Oh my god, it's so beautiful. I see brushable hair. Look how nice, look at that, people, look at this. There's hair, and she looks like She-Ra, like the real She-Ra, and she's amazing. And look, her stand says She-Ra on it.
And she's got a lot of extra hands, too. But brushable hair, that's the most important thing.
I know.
So, Toy Fair came and went, and there were new She-Ra toys announced.
No, there weren't.
No, the only She-Ra toy that was announced at Toy Fair was this vintage-style 12-inch Starburst She-Ra doll, which Geeky loves immensely, and we're going to buy her one. Absolutely, we're going to buy you one. But there's no Netflix She-Ra toys. There are no Netflix She-Ra toys.
No, they keep trying to say, oh, that's later in the year.
No, I don't think they're happening, because by now, you would see them. You would see them. The second season comes out in what, like 2 months? And
Is that when it comes out? I don't even remember. What did they say?
2 months, I think.
April, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, there are not going to be toys produced. I do not believe there are going to be toys produced. If they are, they're not going to be wide release like Walmart. I don't think they're producing toys.
I don't know. I'm not hearing anything. But this is beautiful. There's a page that talks about the details for it. Okay, so these are exclusives they're going to have for PowerCon. Starburst She-Ra is one of them. For the honor of Grayskull. Yay! The 12-inch line continues. Yes! Fans are treated to the 12-inch Adora She-Ra release at SDCC in 2016, which is sitting right next to us. Now fans can get a limited edition 12-inch Starburst She-Ra to add to their collection. Yay! This figure comes on a full-face blister with removable card back that pays homage to vintage She-Ra packaging.
Oh, that's interesting. So she's going to be on like a giant card.
So happy. This enables you to display your 12-inch figure loose or put her back in the packaging and display her that way. So that means you could take her out of the box and brush her hair and then put her back in. It's $50. Yay!
It's actually not bad.
No,
it's not a bad price, because that's like the other one that you have. But she was in the Castle Grayskull box, and you would have to like just rip the whole box.
I know.
Out. Yeah,
I'm so happy right now.
She's awesome. So yeah, it's really curious. Again, last year's PowerCon, they didn't have anything for Netflix She-Ra, but they did have some prototypes for more of these 12-inch.
Yes, which
dolls.
I want. So hey, Mattel, please make those, and then, you know, hook me up, because I got you. You can get me.
She will be your biggest spokesperson, Mattel. She'll be your biggest spokesperson. Now, what's also curious about this year's PowerCon?
It's this year now, yeah.
Well, no, it involves both this year and next year.
Yes.
They're going to focus on the entirety of He-Man and She-Ra. Okay, but this is really interesting wording. Very interesting wording choice from PowerCon. This year's main focus is on the 30th anniversary of the New Adventures of He-Man cartoon and toy line, which would be Space He-Man.
Yeah. And
the brand new She-Ra Princesses of Power cartoon currently on Netflix. And we'll have a few other things mixed in here as well for Masters of the Universe and Princess of Power fans. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. For She-Ra fans, we're not going to go too heavy on the new She-Ra for 2019, just because 2020 is the 35th anniversary of the 80s She-Ra.
I hope we get 35th anniversary stuff.
Yeah, because of that, we plan to have a She-Ra extravaganza in 2020, celebrating both the vintage and the new She-Ra.
How can they? You're not allowed to like the old She-Ra at all. You're just a bunch of men who hate women. If you like the old She-Ra.
Oh my God. But we still wanted to have some awesome guests and programming centered around the new She-Ra cartoon at the 2019 convention, as it's important to celebrate this brand new era of Princess of Power awareness. So
awesomeness. Awesomeness.
I'm sorry. Everybody's aware of it.
We want a few guests here for that. I'm like, no, no.
So let me get this straight. You're gonna celebrate Netflix She-Ra with nothing but a vintage figure, which again you're not complaining about, and you're talking about how you're gonna celebrate the entirety of She-Ra and Masters of the Universe, but you're even putting a paragraph. You're even putting a paragraph in the write-up that you're going to downplay Netflix She-Ra.
Well, they're downplaying She-Ra in general, saying until next year. Well, no,
on the new She-Ra. We're not going to go too heavy on
the new She-Ra. Yeah.
On the new She-Ra.
But next year it's going to be all new She-Ra all the time.
No, it's not.
I know. Never mind.
All new She-Ra all the time. I think by next year they're like, yeah, this will be off the air.
They're stalling out. They're stalling out. So
this is weird. This is a really strange, like, it's just a very strange way for them to promote it. Like, they could have said nothing. They could have said absolutely nothing and said, hey guys, yeah, we're gonna celebrate She-Ra. Okay, cool. We got a new Starburst She-Ra action figure doll with brushable hair.
It's brushable hair.
With brushable hair coming, and we're gonna celebrate She-Ra. And yeah, we'll talk about the Netflix show too. But they make a big point of saying we're not gonna talk about the Netflix show too much.
But they also make a point of saying they're gonna have some guests in from the Princesses of Power. So they can sit there and bash the old show, because that's what they do when they seem to get together.
And I'm sure they'll probably have Melody Britt, if not this year, next year for sure.
Oh, they better.
You know, so that's it's just a really interesting way to promote new She-Ra by not showing any of the toys at Toy Fair, because I don't think they exist. I don't think Mattel is going to make them. I think they're going to focus on vintage.
That's beautiful, PowerCon. You know, I give you props, because that's amazing. I love it. Good job.
Mattel knows what the collectors actually want, and they don't want Netflix She-Ra. And, you know, this sort of, you know, leads us to speculate. We talked a little bit about this before on our live stream, but if you missed it, Mattel is launching a new streaming initiative. They're creating a bunch of brand new shows based on their IP.
Like they always used to do?
Like they used to do,
You know, imagine that back when people, you know, wanted toys and all that.
Right, because the shows were good and they'd go out and buy the toy. You know, this, I have this weird feeling. Again, it's just a feeling. It's just a hunch.
I don't have any. Speculate again?
I'm going to speculate. I have this weird speculation that Mattel is just kind of biding its time until they can get the rights to He-Man and She-Ra back, so they can rein it in like Hasbro and they can have complete control over it. Because I think they're very aware that the people who are watching Netflix She-Ra are not going to buy toys.
But you know what? I will. So more of this.
More of this.
I will buy them, Mattel.
But it seems like more and more toy companies are going back to what worked. They're going back to what worked, because it wasn't just She-Ra that seems to be focusing mostly on vintage, but also Star Wars.
Yes, I actually was handing this over to you, because now they're doing a retro and vintage collection. Now the retro figures are going to be a Target, I guess. So classic Kenner figures are getting, this is from Toy Arc, are getting a special re-release from Hasbro. It's called the Retro Collection. And these are going to be the ones with the little retro sticker. And I believe, if you scroll down, I believe these are the ones that are at Target. But you can click on some of the pictures. They're going to show you the different ones they have.
Yeah, it's really interesting, because they're, you know, these are different than the vintage figures. The vintage figures are the more articulated figures, just on a vintage style card back.
Right, like the new figures on a vintage
But these are actual replicas of the Kenner figures. But what's really interesting is that they're producing a Grand Moff Tarkin in the Kenner style.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's like so freaking... When I was a kid, I wondered why they never had Grand Moff Tarkin.
That is weird. I always wondered that too, actually.
I mean, he was like a major bad guy.
What's really cool is... Here, can I see this? Can I control the mouse? Okay, see, look at this. Yay! Who all had this? We had this. I had this. You had this, right?
I think I did have this,
I think this has a Tarkin figure in it too, if I remember correct.
Tarkin in it,
and then we go down. Is it on this one?
Too. They've got
Big Head Han.
They've got Big Head Han, yeah.
So, see, look how awesome this is. And then we got another page I sent you had other ones with other people on it. But this one, oh, here you go. Here, look at this.
This is awesome. Now, this is for the vintage collection, not they're more articulated. But yeah, the Jabba's Palace playset, which is freaking awesome.
Oh, awesome. I like it so much. And now this is coming out in the fall. Like, these playsets, I guess, are coming out in the fall. And the retro figures are going to be out in the spring, and they are Target, as far as I know. I'm pretty sure they're Target. I was reading somewhere else.
Vinyl cape layout. Yeah, I told you about the well, did you show me, or did I show you? I can't remember the Kenner style cosplayers.
No, you told me about it.
They were so cool. They had the vinyl capes and everything. Okay, so yeah, this is cool. It just shows that they're banking heavy on retro. Everybody is. Everybody is.
And Star Wars especially. Everything they're doing, they keep going back to classic. And that's because the new stuff isn't performing.
Well, Transformers, they're going back. They're doing War for Cybertron with G1 characters. Rooster Teeth is doing that. Again, they're banking on retro. I think they're finally starting to realize you know, this is the market that buys toys.
Right.
You know, this is the market that buys toys. And all the fan art, all the Tumblr fan art in the world isn't going to sell toys.
No.
So they're going back to what works.
Yeah.
And I will totally buy these.
And they know a lot of collectors. That's like you that would buy those because that's what you remember.
Yeah.
And you know, and the prices aren't bad. They're $10. They're $9.99. And I sent you another article they had done, and they had the prices in it. This one has the prices on it, so this tells you. Okay, so there's a Jabba set. Now they're saying here Target available spring exclusive Target $9.99 for the basic retro figures. And I tell you that the board game is going to be available in May, and it's $20. And
that's not bad.
Most major retailers. If you go down, keep going down to the more of the vintage. Okay, or keep going down. Okay, yeah. So they have the vintage collection Jabba's skiff is going to be at select retailers in the fall for $50. The 3-pack Tatooine skiff characters and prices. The Jabba's Palace Adventure playset is going to be $50, available in spring at Walmart. Okay, so the Jabba's Palace is actually going to be $50, and it's going to be out this spring, and it's going to be at Walmart. So there you go.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, you know, actually $10 for the vintage replicas of the vintage figures is not bad when you know, you think, I mean, when I was a kid they cost $2.99 pretty much, like across the board, like they were like $3 each, about $3. I think toward the end they were like $3.99 at some stores, but that's not bad.
No, because they want really like 15 plus for the 12 to 15 plus for the figures now.
Yeah.
I mean, the ones that are $10 now are the ones they have from the Galaxy of Adventures figures, which are pretty much like, you know, pared down versions like the old ones too.
Yeah, they were limited articulation. I actually like the Galaxy of Adventures figures, even if the cartoon itself was kind of...
they messed up Leia. Screw you.
Yeah, I know, right? Right. She was always badass. She had a gun and everything. She was the only like girl action figure to come with guns. You know?
I'm just trying to wrap my head around that, how they messed her up, and then because you know, to make her strong and show what girls that they can be leaders, they have to show them they have to be mean to boys.
Yeah.
You have to kick the boys' asses and shove them against the wall because they're stupid, and you have to take over because you know you're large and in charge. She was in charge and she wasn't a bitch.
Anyway, so yeah, this is a really interesting situation here that all these companies are going back to what works, and
beautiful.
You know, I don't know. I have this really strange feeling that Mattel is not completely on board with Netflix She-Ra. They literally have done no promotion for it at all. They didn't even retweet DreamWorks when the show came out, which is
I haven't checked them lately, but yeah,
odd decision. Well, at the time they had not. You know,
look at it.
But for them to bring out another classic She-Ra figure,
it's so nice.
And then for them to say, you know, hey, we're gonna go light on new She-Ra for 2019.
But they're going to go heavy on it next year for the 35th, so I'm really hoping, if Mattel doesn't have the 12-inch dolls out this year, they're saving them for next year for the 35th.
That's one thing they're going to do, the Catra and the Natasa and all those, I think will probably be next year.
Please remember me, Mattel.
By now, if they were going to do toys for the new She-Ra, I think we would have seen something. I don't think they are. I think they're just like, let's just get this over with, and then we're going to claw back the rights to She-Ra somehow, and then we're gonna do it ourselves.
I don't know, but
that's what I think is gonna happen.
I'm just busy trying to think of how I'm gonna get that doll, because I want that doll, and I'm trying to think how I'm gonna get one.
You'll get one.
Somebody who's going, please get me the doll. So anyway, I'll pay for it, obviously.
Geeky she will have all the She-Ras she wants.
That's right.
And we'll
I demand it.
Like we'll do like
brushable hair
video with brand new She-Ra. You gotta get two so you can open one up and brush.
Well, you probably could open and put her back in.
Yeah, which is really cool.
So I don't have to get two. I could just get one. I'm happy with one, and I just will brush her, and I will be happy, and everybody can be happy with me, and I'll share my joy as I brush her. Okay. Anyway, yay!
Anyway, we're gonna wrap this one up. Geeky's thrilled. Brushable hair is back.
Of course.
Brushable hair is back. So please subscribe to Clownfish TV for more pop culture news, views, rants, gaming videos, art videos, and more. This has been Young and Geeky.
Bye.
Goodbye. Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.